FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumedie ena wasogu so a wotie no ma yenhwe ne yenye any other business medidio saibo nso make say Reverend Charles Owusu ewa ha Richard Ahiagba ewa ha ena Kwekubu ahen enso ewa ha ba Richard Ahiagba my statement be immediate press release from the World Bank Group or say World Bank Group outlines global crisis response package to help developing countries navigate multiple compounding crises. It's dated August 3rd, 2022, and from Washington. Also, the World Bank Group today announced details of its global crisis response package to help developing countries navigate multiple compounding crises that are hitting the poor and most vulnerable the hardest. Quote, multiple crises including rising inflation, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, large macroeconomic imbalances, and the shortages of energy, fertilizer, and food are hammering developing countries, said the World Bank Group President David Malpass. The World Bank Group is responding with speed, scale, and impact with financing to respond to food insecurity, protect people, preserve jobs, strengthen resilience, and restore growth. Details are set out in a Global Crisis Response Framework paper published today. And the paper outlines the framework, a framework that would guide the WBG's operational response over the 15-month period from April 2022 to June 2023. This paper follows up on the April 2022 roadmap paper that highlighted that the World Bank Group will make up to $170 billion in financing available over this 15-month period to support developing countries as they navigate these unprecedented crises. The allocation of resources across countries on issues will evolve according to specific needs and the strength of programs that achieve development and support people on the ground. Response framework into 4 parts. Responding to food insecurity, protecting people and preserving jobs, strengthening resilience, and strengthening policies, institutions, and investment for rebuilding better to utilize long-term policies to improve development outcomes. And it goes on and on and on, but I think the most salient parts now have been captured. Richard, yes, why statement we?
So, it goes to the heart of the matter. Say, COVID in Yeshe, say Russia, Ukraine war in Yeshe. This is the World Bank Group, based on or compounding.
Compounding, yes.
Oh, that's it. Now I say, abano problem na abana will solveokrano, and no answer can generate more problems. And nunti enane yawadi ayewe in spite of all the growth experiencing from 2017, 18, 19, 20 I started to say it's a compounding problem. Until you have to comprehensively solve it. And no country is saved from Adewe. But the only problem Ghana, I must say, recovering and building back has become difficult. And then they say there are deniers in this country. A major political party has made it the agenda to deny, say, Adeno Esi. Now, the World Bank and the IMF, they are one and the same, right? The World Bank focuses on poverty reduction. Yeah. The IMF focuses on monetary stability and all of that. So World Bank will devote this amount of money. There's real pain. I say you need to intervene direct and straight to the problem to make sure, say, you bring the alleviation necessary. And there is no other way to contradict the fact to say, by way from day one, like I said, COVID nedi we aba. But my own politics say, this is an incontrovertible evidence. We enye yani akofaba. So no can say IMF or by see ambobra. IMF ni World Bank no. They are one and the same. Omo verdict on the matter of the economic hardship across the world and abano. And the Sikau Muchato say we need this intervention. Yes, I know.
This part of the statement says the framework built in the way of the crisis response framework built on the lessons learned from responding to the pandemic,
Right.
as well as to past food crises.
Very well.
It acknowledges that these unprecedented crises require a strong, rapid engagement to help countries avoid sliding backwards,
Very well.
as well as to stay the course on longer-term development objectives. The World Bank's operations will continue to be underpinned by its green, resilient, and inclusive development approach.
Very well.
Following discussion with shareholders, the framework confirms that the World Bank Group will make available around $170 billion in financing to support this multiple crisis response. Of this amount, $105 billion will be provided by the World Bank, that's the IBRD and the IDA, $48 billion by the International Finance Corporation, IFC, and almost $9 billion by the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Association, MIGA. Nearly $9 billion is expected to be financed through trust funds. The World Bank Group has already delivered about $53 billion of this support during April to June 2022 as it stepped up support for food security and continued to deepen its pandemic response.
So, Obi, the full report, about 57-page report.
Asempa FM
Na
94.7.
then you can circulate our party. You say, at the end of your canon, and yes, I any agye ho, and ye can. I have somewhere. And you know very well. Obi, and there's another conversation I'm not making say we have to have no. Nebisa say, Debbie, Obi, look, I am here. Since friends saying e-levy somewhere by, I haven't been very deeply engaged in the media anyway anymore because then I was focused. But you see, the way the thing has been bastardized, yes, you can concede, say, the consultation will need elaborate, but also the issue with taxation, and they say tax, it's not a negotiation. Tax is imposed. Oh, they say government imposes tax. It's not a negotiation between the taxpayers. So at the Muntia, no. But the challenge with the e-levy was, as I've been seen, and they say, the extent of collaboration or stakeholder engagement and some additional research to ground it to say, we know it is the value when we take it out there, it is going to stick. And responding to the concerns of people immediately, those are the issue. But in addition to preparation, and stakeholder consultation, the political environment was very toxic. And e-levy dropped in the middle of a political conversation, polarizing to begin with. So, otherwise, I would rather be friends with Obia or say Asamatono. Now, some na atono no, or no ankasa be jina na so find a solution to deal with this problem. Compared to Obia, asema atono no, or your bema asema atono no, or so only the asema be they mean to me nyanwohwe, without even applying any brain cells to it, mean to me nyanwohwe into me call IMF. That was the prescription of the mind. So forget about whatever you want to do. Jai IMF ne diaka call Jai e-levy, now call IMF. Look, but for the politics, e-levy would have succeeded. But for the politics, I and I can say, I didn't look, Obi. Say, politics, say, issue bar, public policy, as some bar, as NDC and as MPP. You can benefit whether you are in opposition or in government. So I didn't ban the wajin chireba, no, carry the day. Even though you are in opposition, but Mark I say, you levy by a crano. Now, most yen say, yen, and also say, yen say, because we cannot share the returns from that policy. Because ultimately, say e-levy anye juma, they call IMF. I said they're not more wishing. The conditionalities and the constraints are the bebano. It will affect us all equally. It doesn't matter who your NDC and say MPP. So in public policy, there is no silver bullet to say we idea will solve the problem. But as opposition party, you can come to that policy with ideas, a best solidify policy. Now, in terms of making it foolproof, you can claim, say, I didn't buy a crown. This is our proof. Say, we brought a paper in Parliament. This was our position. That's this. Saying a bit to me, that coming to the problem, it's not by complaining, it's by showing evidence of alternative solutions. This is what we are lacking. In the 11 ni buy and almost when 11 dia no, you don't see the proposition I'm the buy and then say IMF. Into yeni ayaji independence and now I celebrate Founders Day no. Yen to me are tempted to save ourselves. The NEC prescription and they say go IMF. Right from the you miss the point all the time. Before we were the steps are important. How did we get there? Obi, to survive in this world, you must have the will to survive. But to me, I give you up. Yeah, you take her say, "Ocean your mouth when you up." So we are mean to me. Then you give up as a person. But if you have a strong will, you can carry on and you break through. And you can say, That's the moral of that. And the MPP saw that, look, as a people, independent, we must endure and solve our problem. So if we are in crisis, we must solve our problem. And that's where I was telling you, say, the E11, MPP, who could have engaged the people and said, look, it is the how are you woman in your best say, and yeah, because MPP, we as a pro-market party, ours is not taxation. What did I say? Ours is not taxation. Yeah, the NNA say we'll open up the market for competition to flourish and development will come as a result. And to tax, I say I ding into yes, sir. That heart-to-heart conversation needed to have come. And it came later. But then because the polarizing nature of their conversation and the conversation and stick here, yes, sir. Because I know, and I'm because I've been engaging people one-on-one. People are open. They want to see the prospects. And Ilevi has a prospect for us. We could have engaged and see. Now the loopholes are but we didn't engage so much. And Akofa Weaba. And Kokuba is quite happy to say, Sana Ilevi, so Mwenya. So naturally say, how are you absolved from the repercussions of the failure of that policy or the inability to achieve the So, and we have to get to the point. I'm happy say, our question is, what are you doing to solve the problem? That's where the conversation must be. To me, come be anywhere, then you tell me yours, so Ghanaians can choose between. That conversation, and this issue now, Abano, the only reason person will read this idea and say to demonstrate conclusively, say the problem I mono, and Yamina Meka, and your MPP, finance minister, and I say President Rebecca, the World Bank has concluded and continue to say the problem facing Ghana is not a function of mismanagement. It's a global problem that we are affected by it. And no should be conclusive. Now, saying this before then we'll discuss problem number. Then I'm more yet at the assault. So no, but saying well, and Obi, the American church say, Nina Kusi say, NDC4 cannot give you any proper diagnosis of baby I was saying. Because Obi, Onim, say problem aba. Now won't take problem nasia, to me solve. Problem aba. Now won't nimsa or problem or yasi how you nimsa or problem. Obi, we are elder. And we are elder, and I also for it. Obi, elder, ne also.
Yes.
A nipa to me ba sorry. Me sorry me pon to collection ni diaka. But ye be pon wa ye ka se omo a pese fa Jesus. Emra. What you say? Yeah. And today is a demonstration. You have to have an understanding. And so to me jitu mu say me na meti ha se me hear Jesus. And yes, my ba sorry I make koye nyina pon ko. You have to realize. And it is all ye kokubu ahi na wo sorry de bia to collection. Na won fa Jesus o kra de wa gen kwa. Onye Kristo ni ye. The NDC mean to be almost say political party but they don't realize problem because some of the ideas is saying now COVID situation how can you solve it? Because already you have I see COVID in the cold. I just said it here. The compounding issues of COVID will endure until amount for the 170 billion.
1 second. No solution to the
Very well.
And so when you are forcing them, say, no, Nibia, so I don't think that.
And now akwa issue two. One problem no monte problem na say. Omo nimu kura say problem wo ho. And na omo ni solution because and that Ekosiisen say so won nim say problem wo won van da kura dwene ho enka say solution di. And that's the danger the NDC pose to our country. Say and the response the danger they pose and the responsibility of MPP wo to engage Ghanaians say you better the corner say. Na me ma entro no a NDC for eka aye say omo ntiasem na sinti no omo ke bisa akwa they said they will be oya lawyer na me nya lawyer na be no akogira court na me ka bi na aka bi me bombe bebre me ka away nsem nko but who nim law ni nti no nkasa bebre but they obeka no edim o they say they don't have an idea because if enam no ti akoku ban ni mpanimfo etitu mu say nye COVID issue. After reading this thing and Emma problem I more then you know say nkrofo we omo ntumi mboa they say doctor or person or saw yade na obi say panier no e wo hen ana panier dan na say panier de wo hen o no a o ye patient no onu bi say panier on fa wo hen fa they don't have an idea and they don't have a solution enti me bra penny ada no ote na o ka so omo friend special room ni de be answer obeka bibi no oni solution tia. One, until problem na say they have not accepted the reality.
Indeed. There is a statement I have to read, and it's from the Presidency Communications Directorate, to be specific. I say, appointment of new leadership for national security apparatus. The National Security Coordinator, Ambassador Major General Retired Francis Edu Amanfo, with effect from Monday, 8th August 2022, has been reassigned by the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to act as special advisor to the President for the Accra Initiative. He will be working out of the office of the President. The Accra Initiative was launched in September 2017 by Ghana, Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, and Cote d'Ivoire as a vehicle for enhanced security cooperation amongst the countries in response to the growing threat of terrorism and violent extremism in West Africa. In accordance with Section 21 of the Security and Intelligence Agencies Act 2020, Act 1030, President Akufo-Addo has subsequently appointed Mr. Edward Asomeni, Deputy National Security Coordinator, to act as National Security Coordinator, with effect from Monday, 8th August 2022. The confirmation of his appointment is subject to the receipt of the constitutionally required advice of the National Security Council, given in consultation with the Public Services Commission. The President has also appointed Mr. Kweku Domfe, Director General of the National Intelligence Bureau, as Ambassador Designate to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Further to Section 15.1 of the Securities and Intelligence Agencies Act 2020, the President has appointed Nana Atobra Kweku, currently Deputy Director General of NIB, to act with effect from Monday, 8th August 2022, as the Director General of the National Intelligence Bureau, with his confirmation also being subject to the receipt of the constitutionally required advice of the National Security Council, given in consultation with the Public Services Commission. Signed, Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications, Office of the President. In the statement, a free Jubilee House. Nana Atobra Kweku. Na oye deputies you kwa substantive director general
na ba wa ba mu de me hunu da
sao
me hunu so da
he's very busy
wa me nua pa
Nana Atobra Kweku
na just why busy nti me hunu
busy yeah
why busy me hunu me nua so why busy me hunu na so nim say
oye National Intelligence Bureau
When you say Obi, when you say Deputy Minister, Lands and Natural Resource, Abrantian and the Home Fair, Takwanino,
Mrekuduka,
Uradi Yankopa Abranti. me on the me hunu ba me tenenka
Okay.
wa mo se ja o say adena na we ni me hu firi tete wo ha oba ban mu a na wasesa mrekudu ka menim no a oye MC I mean wa
Takwan so ye
MP I mean he's still the same
Very nice man.
o wa na bibi na ote me nkan ote bi o na send message abrante na ho te say na de na ekoso I mean because I mean we are colleagues he's a very good me bomb pie say appointment he ready na no so ko obey minister when him say okoye deputy minister me one or two in South Africa
But when him say deputy minister being so the same minister.
oh yeah or friend no say Charles Brown e ba no say why you do forest trader aduma me be me connection sans and natural resource
Yes.
brother me no koye aduma I'm telling you me ntimi nyini bonu enda even though man koye aduma but that honor now the man me no e kire say because onimi no nima juma maye e what that I can't say sector no nima juma maye and he called me and mrekudu ka de me say baby obia
money
da I mean he's a very good guy
Takwan Swaye member of parliament.
very good guy very good ushia na say on the can kwach
omon koye ne kwan ne ma no efri apemenim eba takwa
amguso
ebesi ahwetie so
amguso akufado ba
omon nyema no ena eyi no but I'm excited about Edward Asomeni. Another solid guy. Solid guy. Yeah. Deputy National Security Coordinator, Obabe, substantive National Security Coordinator. I mean, that's huge for him, for a young man. Taking over.
But he's a very, very good guy.
Why now?
Very good guy.
Yeah, I hear I know Asomeni you are young. He is a young. Some of your predecessors were done quite
a good pa.
Edward Asomeni.
Obi.
But
Obi. Assembly cost.
Why appointment man?
Obi. No, we have a mama. Obi. Nkomobi koso.
Ano de be odi akoye MP. Me nua Rachel Sokoi. Ananka ye man the deputy minister. Ano say on pede na kwache fra staff house. Ano odidi e ho. Peche. Ana abrante nso a okodi we anan nso. Ya sam no to post. Guy be we guy.
Obi. Nkomobi koso na nkomo no ehu hia pa.
Dia he no Ghana card ye na.
Ghana card ye no. Na wonim.
NDC issue statement.
Me ba pa ehu hia pa.
Me kan ye for no
look, election enye event a process. Na wo hwe ayabato a yetu bia na ya keka kodu pempen so ebeto aba na amakrum ha tense because process ni procedure no ebinim di agro nti yakote end na na fa ni breden abom one thing Uru Afarijan was a very experienced wakasa me not doing a watch but NDC for that moral right moral grounds from regions from cancer with me Obi Ghana card and I said a NIA me bona 2007 and Uru Akufo Eddie by me bona 2008 the MPP lose power and NDC by 2009 and on fee power in 2016. How many cars now on here? How many cars on distribute? I'm talking about 8 years. How many cars no more printed here? How many cars on distribute here? What's nasi? Idea such an important thing. You name said ye baba yama mine. Man fee. Man ya hohe na muja na interfere in kusi na edia fusani o edanum. On say na ho be here. On say won come. But what they should understand is that we'd have to move forward.
On Ghana card, no?
Yeah.
Electoral Commission proposition and saying almost a day, almost new voters register, obviously.
Yeah.
The Omoka and then say there will be 10-18.
Yeah.
Almost continuous registration will be to me and Antiaku EC office. Ukra Ghana card.
Sure.
No, my register.
Sure.
That's what they are saying.
Yes, because we need the entire Omoka say. Another commission for NIA.
Yes.
No, top software.
Yes.
Into obi bia or Ghana card bia no.
Your database, yes.
Say this time the metro send be a mem say a police station I confirm metro about be. No, you walk to
the biometrics are already captured.
Captured already. And if you don't have it, you intimate trouble. So the meaning you kwakubo and better say who can maybe a trail.
No, me about in Charles me patron you see no EC etimia kwa akoto the data from NIA.
Yes.
And you see electoral commission say ebia wundi 18 but NSA wudi 18 for Ghana card.
Kwaji Ghana card na be register.
And as the wuni be akwana kwaji.
Yes.
From Parliament.
No, I said they will prepare a CI.
Yeah.
They will prepare a CI to guide the new voters register. Me see new voter and new voter. The new registration exercise.
Yeah, catch them mom obiati assessment. Uni Ghana card, koji Ghana card. Because you were 2 years. And say akwa kotoba. Enye ochena ye kotoba.
I say electoral committee there is no way on started continuous registration on Munko Parliament. It's moot. No, that point is moot. Because I dey on Beko.
Uni Ghana card. Ghana card office is open across the country everywhere baby ebi o. Obetimi awoku in work register. What na se na wan kwa register because you see 20 oh kwakuna say menka ne mandate owo me I'm saying that
okay NI say NI do mo mandate o mo maka maninwe why we are
uni Ghana card walk to NI office na ko register answer na mre na so because Ghana ye ready say ye be bomba and say kwakto aba and I dey threatening messages out me ne kwakwo no maybe ja madam for Nigeria nua so no o si bi ngwa koto aba bi so nto aba that time etwam bi san ba bi ye koye nim uni Ghana card
FM 94.7
ya ma bi mo taban mu so walk in and go and get Ghana card but I don't see why they are crying they don't musu
the Afarijan air can say
no kwa bi ni mu nto aba and free comments
no what Afarijan is saying is because any bebre yes Ghana card no or match cards ni bebre but bebre nso nya bi it is a Ghana card near the only sole source identification document or remember the pana get you onto the register you would end up disenfranchising many people.
Yes I son koka no e se koka kire obi ya se wa wonya bi no ko na ko simple yes I na se ka no because they are preparing
because about 2024
yes owura mahama ka bi and this if waka bi matisa owura Afarijan be ka bi and ye prepare for minds and just any one to work say wanya we say obetim any other means bi e bia passport and any other ID bi betima but the system is going to reject you uni Ghana card enti me pese ommo hu da ron ka kire obi a say o tie me say uni Ghana card go and get your Ghana card but you were 2022 and you're talking about obi a yenya on to about 2024 because uni Ghana card which you betimi the 1 month and how many months did you register a new voter register
under 3 months
how many it's not under 3 months
yeah
the whole country and the voter register yes sir almost about 17 million ekoto aba meboa
yeah
nti esi say na you 2 years now we Ghana card untimi nya you 2 years untimi nya Ghana card within 2 years but you betimi the 3 months aye voter ID am obi a utimi to aba bi atimi register eto aba and so yes so yeah kasa yeah we should tell people to go and get the card but yeah starting bodo nobi na yenya ho asasa say ekoba sisi say National Commission for Parliament say yeah mra say ma obi a document bi be use one source of document be use Ghana card na ke say nkofo oman ko register na ntimi to aba no yeah the chaos are starting say the ba oman mu Ghana is not ready for those things even for the storm adaroma there's still opportunity for everybody in this country or Ghana neighbor to register and get a Ghana card. Me you show opportunity in ICZ and ICZ. Have they come out to say omo register obi abim? Have they come out to say omo protect cards bim? So why now? Why these comments from Afarijan nomni Yewura Mahama and the NDC as a party? Why? Are you know the same people who say confirm register? Young man am kind. Man am say Ghana card come nyintu mo obi an register. Answer na mo say atwa mo aba abe issue statement. Time Owura Mahama nya card be no man who said no. Man nya say nyi. So you have to come back and say more support say and register. I'm just, let me tell you, and can't say whether in this you in this new. Open say or 2024. Baby, air keka commentary say the only source of identity be issue. Ever go Ghana card, and for that matter, no, go and get your Ghana card so that you will team up to 2024 period. You see it way over bank account.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. Sabi Ura Kufado and then Ura Mahama. Unti me bank and Kuiska with that linking your Ghana card to your account.
Yeah.
Other than the income was them. Other than the income was them. Now buy within 2 years ahead of us. You want the opportunity to register. Maybe as a voter register now. And you pass 17 million plus and the 12 banner. Yeah, less than 3 months. I registered nipa now the whole country. So it means that say I been say nipa do kakrana akana. So omutimi 12 because if you're not 18, so omutimi 12.
Yes.
So it's not about nipa 30 something million here register.
Omo enya 18.
Omo enya 18 and about.
Yeah.
And now here's see so I check
Asempa
so
FM,
say nipa no cry almost 18 million cry or even more or 19 million. We are not talking about 90 million BM. And so if we decide to register, now say within 3 months everybody can get his or her card. Young can't your mother run say who need Ghana card. Walk to NIA office and get your Ghana card. Because it's not up for a batron. There's so many things I use Ghana card for. But you're for no mobile one thing can say or chan ye kwa twaba. Now I say ubi wo team pobi say. Because now no papa can say be. If we're not careful, I'm here. Sabi ye near by 2024 elections, you know. Because of all these things, because he prepared the minds of the people, say, as I buy no per se, or ye BB, na nkofobin timin twaba. I heard ye me about as a voter region or MP. Now watch in the Padua or Manya cast when on the district. Na do munya be the doors. It's not too late. He can still engage the NIA. No more special exercise within his constituency.
But
make sure that Ghanaians can register.
Osha NDC statement now, and before Kweku comes in, or say the party, and we're at paragraph 6. The party agrees with the venerable former chairman of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, Dr. Afarijan, that any attempt by the EC to use Ghana card as the sole document for voter registration will lead to the disenfranchisement of millions of Ghanaians. We are not oblivious of the challenges millions of Ghanaians are going through to obtain Ghana cards. The recent pandemonium that characterized registration centers due to the unrealistic deadlines for SIM registration is a case in point. It is worthy of note that according to data from the NIA, only 16,654,072 Ghanaians out of a national population of about 31 million had registered for the Ghana card as of July 2022. Of this number, only 13,316,612 of them have been issued. Only 13 million are omonsa cards according to the statement. It is, yes, sir, almost say 16,654 and are registered. But more omonsa card no 13 million. Yes. Also, it is obvious from this data that there are many Ghanaians who have just turned 18 years or will turn 18 years by the next limited registration period who may not have a Ghana card. And therefore, any decision that seeks to make the Ghana card the sole identification document for voter registration will disenfranchise many eligible voters. That's, I think, the thrust of almost statement.
The same thing. Offices, no, any offices, you mean weekends, though. 5 working days every day. We are serious and we are ready for data. You can even go, you can go in and go and get your card. Because come on now,
Question being
almost sanka card no. What you go and get the card 20 pakonya na matter 2 weeks no delay to sa to copy card.
Now is it you understand is that because of the AC and the AC how could be already 2 weeks ana.
They didn't see here.
The AC because the whole 2 weeks.
Now no so we are where to be akodi 2 weeks there. We are away. See, Jack would go 2 weeks.
Obi.
And then I tell them, and they must have
Who is that? You be almost cost line. Obu already send me Chrome and grandson do me abra.
Na ebi mo corrections ne ade wo mo
grandson do me abra. A issue card no do me abra. And we be the akra. Instead so be call do me abra call the card no. No akọ kire na for high court say card na yira. On be system no so akọ. Na card no kwa ye nko je. E ba sa omo issue from ma. And I say we omo issue from it has to come with a fee. And I know you know be a kasa no. Enti sa na we nyina system but media make question say we still have 2 years to
94.7.
I say oman ani abrea na nipa ye to about last by 17 million. I'm not sure say nipa ba can be do by 3 million. I'm not sure. Even if it's 3 million and more. Let's say 20 million people are going to vote. See yenya 13 million I issue card among. Not 3 million so pending and go for we are talking about 16 million. So 4 million people, it will not take us more than 2 years to register them. There was some kind yen can share almost say and sheni year the extra kwedie na the source of document ebetimi dey anya e dey register dey akoto aba no e Ghana card nti obi anko na o make sure say sabetimi den aka bi but my yen say o kire dey akoto aba because are we voting tomorrow? Are we voting next week?
No.
This year, voting. Next year, voting. It's on next 2 years. So,
this is something. This is something about all.
Within 3 months, the voter registered to about there. It is doable.
Okay.
Say Obia between Sabit I can't Ghana card. Now you stop war drums now then. Ye play ahead of.
Kwaku bo ahim ye nwie.
Obi. Electoral commission to enter office no nka de opio. Ye dem randa ye.
Electoral commission so nka hwe. Wa kan bibi.
Say enu na metie bossman. So omone parliament gusu ye nhihye say Ghana card na ebe isu omo ebenya 18 cc no. Eno omo antwom de no ni Ghana card ya. Untumi ntworo wudin. Enye no kre. Mo water committee ne so omo dwane kra akwa omo mabiem. Omo ka so omo mpene. Vehemently omo nyina so omo mpene. Omo nko no mon kofa foforo mra omu dwane every committee ne so ntinye so omo ne parliament engagement bia masa they say parliament na wo ne ntese first de ni bi o awde bibia beko na hokọ ya ne age atomo nticha say so unya ne clear e ma wadwene nya wo say abato nti no de open na wo beye enkofo akọ 3 years ni ntumi issue card ni nwie 3 years ni ATS na you say una system na e wo ho a e dia bedu ba biedo president Kufuor na start o wi o issue card me see president Kufuor na wo ho issue card
So from back to nwie.
enti
So from nwie.
enti o buy card ya ma ho sika dada a o mind sika na dia ma wa wo de ye e tese nka be konkro nkitu mu nyina akora wo electoral commission de electoral commission o mo ko nipa de ho na o mo ko trotro din no o mo tram office
Na so NIA fe almost start you almost polling station.
The second round dey na eso omo ye. E dey na eso omo ye. Anko fo card gu ho, obekọ no akodi lie so. Obi card ayira, obekọ akodi lie so 1 week cobra ye ni sei. E dey na eso ye, we odwuma na ntumi nyi odwuma ni ya. We ya ntumi we odwuma na ntumi nyi ni ya. What did you want about boy? There's no way Ghana ha ebesi Ghana card nkwa na de beto aba enyeyi enti se sa na che wadwunu say enu ti na mo mpese and it stronghold mo be register nkofo an mo manya Ghana card ya card bebre ntu ogo udini ye ayi atichovia ni age ato udini ye mawuli ni age ato no a mo mpese be mo card ta ja meka ko he card ne go ko he di eguto ko he card ne gu ho ne di eguso ne bia ne ta wo kase voter region MP NDC MP bia be kase ni krom ni pa kakra bi na register wo mo mo ya na mo ba na mo de akogu kumase na mo ye wo de akogu chebi na mo register o mo eduru bolefo de aso omo Ghana fo eduru ayi fo de aso omo Ghana
Asisi ansemmen pa na kwaku kan
enti de make ne se Ghana card no se ye pese ye nyina ye gitum se ye nya Ghana card unya Ghana card ya obetumi da ye bibia but you make sure say before see be use now most of them are now be answer can de to nya bibia wo nya bi no obi akodi last 3 weeks in sanka okwa eti papers ni ho eduru ne so obeko ye frɛ no yes mo nsan akofie ni wo dan na dwuma ho ni wo sa akwade acha no wasa aba edi enti ana omu miemu no omu nkɔ na nso mo ka sɛ wa kenkofo nkodi last no mo kɔ ye enkofo kodi last 3 weeks ebeduru omu so mo ti papers no na yasa mo kɔ 3 weeks yes Jonas.
And I'm going to say paper ni ho.
Paper ni ho ebeduru so a yesi paper ni ho. Ye ntumi print ma machines na say bibia ye say. Ye no ma de print ma ho.
We mu de na nye ECD paper ye de say.
Ye tabia na make no. Omo materials no mo de ye no. Eni ho asai asa.
Hey Kwaku bo ahen.
Yes, obi na me tie obi o mo interview no. Me tie obi. At this na ye adwuma. Ko ufri mi krom mfa chi ase na se wo badwo so onu miska obetu ade aba oba na be di line so na line ne bo ho because district enipa adana mi tie omo ti ede obetu issue 40 so issue 40 na se one district na nipa e be di line so buru 2000 e be je card ya oba da ne saka card no yes e don 40 now district din nyina ba be je card no one district enye ni nyina sai na mi nipa dodo wo bi baby anwora ho ya na wo kan a woti nipa e woni krom ho we krom a won kpeto obeka bi am wo mo a woti nipa kakra bi e wo ho politics nti ni krom fu nya so nka ne mfa machines ni bi ko ne ko ye bi mo wo ana wote ha no wo defend ade enye so ho enti umiem ana wo pese nkofo bebre nsenka card no enam se omo nsaka card ya omo de ye free so omo de omo nya Ghana fo nti no omo be ba beto aba na ade sa adwonbone na to trechi and I issue card. And I issue card. And then a branch when you can't get card ni bi. Ni di no chere so free Ghana. Sana o patch de. Sana o patch de.
And then I hear discussing.
Sana but they discussing say what's a Ghana card in the beto aba. And I make a challenge say chance na ka. O kan say
Ghana yemfa card in Kotwaba.
Ghana bia wo bekwa kwaje what's wo kwaje card ni bia bo ID card bia na Ghana card na adbeko.
I think topic then say the former EC
ya we MPP ni na dwene mu a wo ka kire ye ne say woni Ghana card ya untumi nkotwere wudin enti eso obi akwaje ana me kire say sa na MPP fo adwene tie sa do ma ye wo adwene enti wo fira nwona na fira aticho bi a okwa ye ma mo ye be manipa kakra bi na atwere wudin ye be frustrate mu sa machines ni kura du ba bi kura no a enya dwuma ko di light so a yes mo machines asai sa na mo de ye
Kwaku bo ahen.
enti ye ntra ho
Ma me na ase.
ye ntra ho ma obi omo me use Ghana card o enka ho mo be ko parliament na mo ko do parliament nso a mo be ko na speaker tie adwom mo be ko na number na ye pe number na ye pa no ba be twa afia so to say dem ye nto
Me da ase. Richard on this Ghana card issue.
Obi, onim say EC4 take measure. I think say on person culminate in the place Ghana voter register a very permanent.
Yes.
Then we're just adding
on, yes.
Until 2018
You just walk there and
continuous
continuous registration.
That policy no order that omo to implement it.
It's not
implement it. Kwaku mani
and this is
the system we no order that.
Minka so bianca say afi na aba.
And I will implement it and once am I
MPP adwene but man no MPP ni MPP
Me fa so Kwaku mani nka say nwe Kwaku nyabotre why?
Okay, so Obi, granted is they are Goku carry no kure. Mate. And I say you all can say no kure say e wo hoda dada. Nti e hoda dada dia dey be MPP adwen. So, nti ka sama ato bo anya sa o ka
implement here with sister you know that about omo to be nye.
I say no mo ye. Nti Obi omo the CI Eco Parliament.
Okay.
I think Public Elections Regulations CI 2021 omo the koy. I think the last I heard about it, and they say, "Omon to man lay."
Yeah.
The idea is to have continuous registration.
Yeah.
But
Asempa FM 94.7.
This is how they do it. Now, and this is the first statement. Kokuti or Mangasa statement, the position, it would have changed. Only Munasa, the Okasa, the only Mangasa position. But what it is that continuously, you register, and everybody at a given time will have. Until a brew, any year, baby.
Oya kakra ye manenkasa. Minimre me pacho mate mani.
And the issue, so actually, a misunderstanding. And I think EC, should desist from this short piecemeal communication. So my already now person will really be out and some kabibia. It should be structured. Should be structured. Oh, so and yet the it's not as if it's bad, but it creates doubt. Because we share, Dr. Farajan's statement now, there is some misunderstanding of what Dr. Bosmasari said,
okay.
which prompted his reaction. As though say we are going to do widespread voter registration. Yeah, the Ghana card in source document.
Okay.
And yes, sir. So it's a question of
Asempa
information
FM,
processing.
94.7.
Let's say, omode ban, making sure say omode ban bulk will be. Obi ahu a wo ye hu sa de na free ha na besi ha nti wo kan wi a echinye bi eni hu a obedi nti so issue no I don't see say a problem ebe boyen because na in this first statement they're talking about $80 million so say there be the year voter registration right this will save us that the continuous no be 2018 na or the Ghana card no the ade a ebe boa
awunafo no mo fo mo de mo
Kwaku boy jaisa kind of
kasa I don't want meka
Enye kasa papa. This
I is so divisive, and I don't really know. But on say we have gone past that. Those days, those things can capture people's attention.
now Kwaku who a Ghana card?
Debut.
And now who Ghana?
How many weeks?
The first time Nana me
You do a Ghana card.
Last week me come back and go use kebia. Me draw almost say I just am confirm Ghana card, but I'm baby tika kaka. You ya for to me sorry I don't feel my baba ye be my dad.
Auntie Obi, as a patapano and yes studio I'm going to your baby or could be a patapano.
Sister Baba, I know I'm me from Tika, my go to them.
Any of them out.
One farmer no.
You confirm Ghana card,
Auntie Obi, and Koso, your problem back why one is a compliance. Obi, compliance for Ghana difficult. Say processes and say Saturday, Thursday, no, make call voter me driving, and then police stop me in a midnight. I made me driver's license man. Or say a line be with you, or say you have to validate every year. These are processes I be out there, but those are needless administrative. If you ask me, for purposes of compliance, you make it easy for people to comply. Oh yeah, then you finching say people will avoid the thing, and you cannot achieve the objective of your policy. So, inti easy idea omode bay. Straightforward bay. The challenge is with NIA how to get the cards quickly, how to facilitate that for people. And no, we can talk about it, but let's not jam the whole thing together and say idea no said your mode banidie and papa ebe say idea ebe boa say be ya idea na ebe koso. We should create that environment. Say idea no yes say na ebe na obi ani sa pepepe any sa pepe and koso ebe ba. This is one thing I think say the NDC must actually align when ya dey be a disadvantage obi a. The point is that when I turn 18 now, I know I can go there and get my card. And you get it. You have your Ghana card, no, you're doing. And Dr. Asari Okan said, the reason to pay Ghana card, and they say, that one is been verified. Across the board, your biometrics is there. The same thing will be replicated. They can pull that and then use that as a basis to verify. Because MPP, Nkojina District Assembly Hall, NDC Nkojina to verify, say, Nipa we and Papa say what exactly. And because that's integrity, the integrity of the data, the integrity of the data, is good enough that say, I should have confidence as MPP, you should have confidence as MPP, he also should have confidence as NDC. That is IT assembly. So, and that helps build confidence in the process. And this should be welcomed by the NDC. And let's not be skeptical. I agree you can be skeptical, but they must be reasonably skeptical. Not across the field that say they don't trust anything, the EC does this and Ghana is going to collapse and all of that. It shouldn't be that way. We have come too far to understand that these things will not inure to anybody's benefit. What they say,
you should go and register.
Then
to any benefit. Why are you doing that?
Do you
I'm
want
saying
that's
that
it?
me say
That's
partisan
register,
You
then
are
benefit.
doing to their benefit. You are doing
How?
it to your benefit.
Hey,
Only Obi the beba nti abe near to MVP benefit because yeah no yan kan kire nkrofo se mon koye card.
One catch the you catch the comfort from Koye.
Aha, okay. In send
Then
then
get it clear. You have not
Okay.
banya no near the better about Obi. Obi
Yeah,
ma me fa no
yeah,
yo
yeah,
mate
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Sapata power say ojai. Obi. So anya Ghana kan ekoto aba no. And Dr. Asari so can say they have not possessed NIA's database. They have their own database. They are only taking your Ghana card to validate your identity to be able to get you on their roll.
On their roll.
Nti omo use NIA database na de koto aba. They are not absorbing omo data and they say we mu registered in Crawford. No. One not.
They will only contract.
Eti obi me da say.
Mami na say.
Me da say.
Mami aduma ebe trust
Chairman,
next
let's
week.
have a classroom question.
Nyame aduma. Nyame aduma next week.
Classroom question.
But